Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Tina Stitches. I am here to talk about cross stitch. Today is December 31st. It is the evening of New Year's Eve, and I'm doing what we all love to do, cross stitch. Anyways, I hope you have your festive drinks and are ready to settle in and talk about more cross stitch. I'm going to be doing my year-end review. I haven't made a video for about 3 weeks. Yesterday was a crazy day, and today has not been much better. Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Tried to go shopping, got in the car, drove to, there's a gas station on the way out of town, 5 miles. We were going to gas up there, but they were closed. So we didn't have enough gas. We had to turn around, come back into town, and stopped at the next gas station and filled up, and then go to leave, and the car wouldn't start. That was just the beginning of the day. So had to find a garage that was open on a Saturday. In this town, it's not easy. There was one, and luckily the owner was there, so he actually brought the car into the garage and changed the battery for us. So I was very grateful for that. I mean, we still had to pay for it, but at least the car is operational again. So then we thought, okay, well, there's half the day gone, so we'll just call it a bust. We'll go tomorrow. And then we get home, start doing some chores, did a load of laundry, got about half the dishes done, and then turned the tap on. No water. No water. The water, I don't even know what's gone on. And this was yesterday, and we still don't have water. So we've had to go buy water, big 4-gallon jugs of water for drinking, and we've been bringing in snow and melting it on the stove in order to flush the toilets. No, not a fun day. Oh, and to end the day, we had to take mother-in-law to the emergency room because her vision is not good. She was having trouble with her eyesight, and she's only got the one eye left, so when something goes wrong, it's pretty important to take care of it. So took her in, waited there for 2 hours, and the doctor agrees that it's not a serious issue. She can see the specialist on Tuesday, and by seeing the specialist means drive 4 hours or fly or catch a bus. The bus wasn't running, and I can't take the time off work, and I don't drive anyways, but it's just, it would be too much for my husband to do the trip, and because of his medical complications, and so we've booked a flight for her. Let's just say it's a good thing that I got a nice bonus and didn't spend it all. That was yesterday. Today, plumber still didn't show up, so we still don't have water. We did get a hold of one plumber, and he gave us some tips, but this person we got a hold of, he doesn't plumb anymore. He works for another company, but he gave us some tips, so Todd's doing those, and hopefully we'll have water for the morning. If not, we'll be going somewhere else to have showers. that's why this is not looking the greatest, but it's going to look worse tomorrow. So anyways, I am going to talk about Christmas now. Christmas was good, and Santa was good. I got a lot of things that I wanted, and a lot of things I didn't need. And I'm looking at the big box of chocolates, because that's, last year I lost, according to my phone where I keep track of my weight, and I've been pretty good at, I had been pretty good at staying away from microwave meals and chips and stuff like that, but lately the chips have been creeping back into the house, and so I haven't checked my weight for a little while. But anyways, I had lost 10 pounds. He bought me about 10 pounds worth of chocolate. So I'm on the one hand, I want to take it into work and share it, but on the other hand, it's good chocolate. What else? I guess I'll just get right into the gifts since I started talking about it. This is the wonderful package I got in my exchange with my buddy. This is such a cute little box, and it was stuffed right full. Everything's still in there. And this is the ornament that she made for me. And I just pulled that off of my tree. But she had been sick, so she sent the stitched ornament separate from the goodie package, which she still had to put together. So she sent the goodie package separate. And so here's what's in the goodie package. Another little ornament. It's a cutie. And another one. A bunch of Christmas colored wreaths. And I have to say, I think this is my new favorite. And that's Turkish red. And you can't smell it through the TV, but it smells so cinnamony because there's these scented candles. There's some pretty gift tags. Another ornament. And then this. I don't know if I am going to eat this or pass it on. This is a marzipan pig. I'm not a huge marzipan fan, but the thought is just hilarious. 100 grams of marzipan. I might try. Well, put an effort in. And then some other little chocolates, like a Godiva. And then a cute little snowflake charm, which I'll find a good use for. And Mill Hill sticks kit. And I think I might try to do some of these for next year. Although I'm looking at these and I'm wondering, where do the beads go? The only spot I see some beads is on the yellow star, the yellow ribbon and star here, and then some red on the heart. Oh yeah, there's some green on the bead, on the ribbon too. More of just an accent. I can put that back in there, and another chocolate. What I plan to do is this box here. I'm going to keep it in my cart. Another gift from my amazing hubby. I'm going to keep it in my cart, and I'm going to put little ornament kits in it, like that Mill Hill kit, and then try to work on one occasionally. I might even put it in the living room or somewhere else where I can just open it up and grab and stitch. So that's what I plan to do with that. Try to get this all back in here. So that's that. Another amazing gift that I got was from my sister. She knows me so well. How awesome is that? I'm probably not going to use it as an actual mug though. I put it in my cart, and I think I'm going to use it for markers because I don't want it to get chipped up in the sink and stuff. So that was from my sister. And my mom, who she's done a lot of crafting, and she's was experimenting with this. And we opened it up. I opened it up, and my husband looked at it, and we both had the same idea. It's beautiful, but once you see and you go, Mommy, what is that horse doing to that unicorn? That's all you can see. This is definitely going up in here. It's hilarious. And she saw it too, and she's like, but that's what the paint did. But you know, she didn't have to put the numbers so that it was looked like that too, right? She could have, you know, put the 12 up here, and then it would have looked like something entirely different. And she went with this. This is paint on a record, an old 12-inch vinyl record that she got at a thrift store. It's a Gordon Light book. Anyways, that's that. And the other gifts worth mentioning are from my husband, who I had sent a wish list to. I said, here's the things I want. You can get me any of these things. Right? Because you can't read your mind. Heaven and Earth's Old World Map. Glare. I saw Pam at Pam's Crafty Corner is working on this, and I want to start it. And I want to start all the things, but I don't think I will be able to start this year. This, however, I will be starting. I'm going to pull it out so you don't get the glare. That's right. It's a chatelaine. And this one is called Royal Tudor. And I had sent my husband the link only a couple days before Martina passed away. And so I wasn't even sure if this was even a possibility, because I know there was some complications with some people getting charts, and respectfully, I wouldn't have been that concerned if it didn't get sent. But he ordered the e-copy, so he printed it off, and I have it saved on my iPad so I can zoom in. And I went on to Traditional Stitches site and I ordered the fabric and most of the threads. And I went to another website and I ordered most of the beads. I'm having a hard time sourcing the Swarovski crystals, but I might get a hold of this place I got these other beads from, and they might be able to help me out. And I got cash from my mother-in-law, and that money is going towards this. And I told my husband how much the threads and beads are so far, and he's like, this is a really expensive project. Yep. So if the house burns down, grab that one first. We always joke about, if the house burns down, what would you grab? I said, everything in this room. Everything in that closet. Everything that I've stitched on. He says, well, I could let my paintings burn. I said, yeah, they didn't take you years to make, right? So, anyways, that is the Christmas review. And now my 2017 year in review. I think I started off the year with, I want to say 8 whips. But they were all big whips. I had Garden Party, Long Winter's Nap, Beloved by Hade, Mirabilia Mystery, Crystal Christmas, and there's 2 that are really old whips, and it was only brought up today on Buddies that, what are your oldest whips? And one of them is Lavender and Lace's Summer Angel. And I think this year, tomorrow, next year, I'm going to try to finish I'm going to try to finish the Summer Angel. That one, it's been more than 15 years since I touched it, because I wasn't living in this house. And we've been here for 15 years, so I'll just get that. I don't have the chart in front of me because I wasn't going to pull it out, but here's where it's been for the last 15 years. And you're probably saying, well, what's left? I know. It's just the garland needs some beads. Some greenery and beads there. And then it's been rolled up so long. Beads along the bottom. And then the very little bit of backstitching that is actually required. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on in 2018, but I've jumped ahead. 2017, I started FlossTube in April, and gone down the rabbit hole, got into Stitch Mania, got distracted by all the things, started all the things, started school, and need to finish a few things. I only had 2 finishes. Garden Party by Mirabilia, and I love this one. Let's see if this works. There. That kind of worked. This is stitched on the called for fabric with the called for threads and the called for beads. Lots and lots of beads. And it is living in the bin of shame because I have not fully finished, as in framed. Look at the beads, look. I just have not found a framer that I would find acceptable. So that's what's been holding me back. I saw somebody else say that they used to work for a framing shop, and she doesn't trust the framers, and stretch it and mount it yourself and lace it yourself because you don't know what they're going to do. And I agree. I'm just going to stop it right here for a second. I just had to start a new file or my camera was going to do some funny stuff, so 25 minutes is about where it starts to go wonky. So I've been talking a long time. So let's get through this. Most of these I started during Mania. Some of them don't have much progress at all. This is the Mom, I think it goes that way, Mom Quatrail by Sweetheart Tree on the fabric and such that came in the kit. Not a huge project, but something I should finish. That's what it looks like. And then Jardin Privé's Alice something or other. And that's how far I've gotten on that. I've substituted a lot of the threads out for hand dyed or over dyed, and you can see right there there's quite a difference already. And this is a Silvery Moon 32 count linen by Herman. Put that away. This is Nora Corbett's Lily of the Valley. And here's where I am. This is 18, a 16 count Aida hand dyed. Bought it online. That one is for my niece, so her birthday's in May. I wanted to have that one done for that birthday. We'll see. I was working on Nora Corbett Prancer's Courier's Prancer with Sylvie from Becky's Land, and this is where I got everything finished except for the beading. And once I get the beads done, it'll be finished. I had said before that I was debating about putting the lines on here. I'm not putting the lines on. I like the way it looks. Gives it a little more depth, I think. But everybody has their own opinion. So if you want the lines, put the lines. And then, just when I got that finished, on Instagram, there was a post about a Comet stitch along. Well, I thought it was a Comet stitch along. And I thought, wow, what better way to be influenced to start to pick that one up. I stitched Prancer with Sylvie, so I grabbed Comet and I put some more stitches in that. And then going back into the posts, I realized they weren't doing a stitch along on Comet. They were doing a stitch along on Cupid. Which looks like this. So, pulled mine out, and I put some more stitches in it. When I had put it away in July or May, I only had the back leg and the band done, and I think a little bit of this part. So the rest of it I stitched in the last couple days. and I'll be stitching on that for a little bit longer. I might even go until it's finished, like I did with Prancer. This is what Comet will look like. So I got the tree done and the boxes. And I don't know if you want to see the rest of these. I haven't worked on them since May or July. I did a Christmas in July. Maybe I'll line them up and do a photo bit for the end. That's the Couriers. This one I also need to pick up in 2018. I started it in March of 2016, and there's not a lot left, and I really do love this project. And I got all the threads for it, like I'm doing it in the called for colors. I got so many danglers. This is Mirabilia Mystery. There's no picture for it unless you look online. So I only have the top page left, the top third of the pattern, and that'll be done. And I should just pick it up and go back at it. And I know I want to stitch that one again. And there's another one. This is another older one, and I showed it in my last video, so I wasn't going to show it, but it's right here. And this one I started in early 2016 as a stitch along with another friend, and this is as far as I am. And this is Crystal Christmas by Mirabilia. And I'm only done these ones. So I got quite a ways to go. Be nice to have that one done next year. So much to finish next year, because those ones are not even ones that I want to focus on. I do. We want to stitch all the things, right? The ones I want to focus on are these ones. Running out of room here. Christmas Eve fun stocking for my dad. I've shown it on almost every video since I started it, and I get just a little bit done every time. But this is where I am now. The house is nearly finished. I think just some back stitching left, and then the house is done. There's some French knots for lights, for Christmas lights around the eave, but I think I might use beads and use colorful beads and make it like blue, red, green, and yellow. And I might do that in the tree as well. I think that they have no, maybe it's not supposed to be lit up. Maybe I'll decorate it anyways. Nell was going to stitch this one for her son, if I remember right. I just started watching. There's just so many. I cannot keep up. I'm trying to keep up, and I'm falling so far behind, and I find new ones that I want to start watching, and then I get even further behind. But she was going to stitch that one for her son and wants to have it finished for next year. So maybe there's a stitch along in the works there. And then this one, Sugar Plum Violet Stocking by Just Nan. Still the same progress. Nothing since last time. Christmas has got busy. The only reason I'm able to film right now is because, unbeknownst to us, school had vacation time for 2 weeks. And the rest of us were all prepared to be doing school the whole time, and then found out like next to last day that there was no school for 2 weeks, so yay. And is that all of them? You know it's not. I need to make room. Because I did work on Beloved. Which will look like this. And here it is now. And I had up to here and across here is what I've done in the last couple days. I've been trying all kinds of techniques with this one, and I found myself just going back to the way I am. I just stitch one color and fill in that block. Like here, I would pick up that color and fill in this row as much as I can, and then just keep filling in that row all the way and travel over if I have to and get as far as I can. If that's, as far as I can see that symbol, I'll park it there and then I'll just keep going, and then eventually I'll pick that one up again and bring it over here or whatever and keep going. This is stitched 25 count white even weave, don't know who, in the called for DMC 2/1/10 stitch. And that's all the whips. I can't count them. I think there's 20. I'm just guessing. I'm pretty sure I counted them earlier and I counted 20. 2 finishes, 10 starts, 6 that were already up. No, 15 starts in Mania, and not one of them finished. Started with 6, so yeah, 20. So what's my plans for next year? I think my word of the year is going to be finish. I want to finish Lily for her birthday. That's Lily of the Valley. I want to finish my oldest whips. That would be the Angel of Summer and the Mirror Mystery, and get a good chunk done on the Crystal Christmas. And if I can get Beloved to halfway, I'd be happy. It took a year to get the one line, the first row finished, so I really don't know if a halfway point is going to happen. And the 2 things that I know for sure I'm going to start is the chatelaine. That's one that it's me. If you know me, you know I like the shiny things and the things to do with crowns and stuff. So out of all of the ones that I looked at, that's the one that called to me the most. The butterfly one I like, but my sister's into butterflies, so if it just didn't seem me, I don't know, guilty or something like that. If I was to buy my sister a chatelaine, that would be the one. And it might happen. I might do that. I don't know if she would invest in the beads and the threads though, so if I was to gift it to her, I'd almost have to gift her the whole thing. Do I love her that much? We'll see. And they're probably not going to get any cheaper. So those are that. And tomorrow, new year, new start, I am going to start another Nora Corbett. Go figure. I've shown it a couple times in other videos, and I've gotten all the stuff for it. I'm missing one thread, and that's the Black Whisper for the Silver Dragonfly. I'm starting this one tomorrow, New Year's Day, and I'll be stitching it on this piece of 32 count Vesper by Picture This Plus, Lugana. And that's my plans so far. I didn't want to pick a huge project for a new year, new start, because I already know that I'm going to do chatelaine, which I'm going to start, I don't know when. Maybe Mania, maybe earlier, maybe Valentine's Day. We'll see. I'll have most of the threads. I will have the fabric. But this one here, I figured, okay, this is not a huge one to add to the pile of whips. So it can be finished and framed, maybe. Done away with. Easier than another Haid or chatelaine. So that, I think, is that. There's a quilt that I also started back, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I want to get that finished too. The top is finished. I've just been hand quilting it, and that's the part where I've froze. I just need to finish doing that for as much as I intend to do, and then I can bind it and be done. I'll go grab it. Okay, so this is the quilt that I made a few years ago, and I started to quilt it and I just haven't finished it. So this is another thing that I hope to have finished. I'm going to maybe call 2018 my year of finishes. And maybe I'll even get something framed. One of these days I'll pull out my bin of shame, because there's a lot in there that really deserve to be framed. But I can't find a framer worth sending them to. Anyways, the dog is in here. And she's getting antsy, as she tends to do. So, I should wrap it up. And wish you all Happy New Year. Hope all your stitching gets stitched. Hope you all have a wonderful New Year. My year has ended horribly. I hope yours ends a lot better. I don't think it could get, don't say that, but I'm going to jinx it. I know it, but I don't think it could get much worse. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to find a place to hang my unicorn horse clock. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Tina Stitches 74. And I'm also active in groups on Facebook, such as Friday Off the Grid and Stitch Mania. All my buddies know that I'm on Buddies, and see you in 2018.